Hi, this is the first episode of the deep spearfishing encyclopedia called Aspetto. In Italian, aspetto means ambushing, and this is the point. The fish doesn't see you before the shot, but when the fish sees you, it's already too late. You pull the trigger, the fish is yours. You take it up, and you disappear. Aspetto. It's a great Italian word and I love spearfishing in aspetto. You go down, you lay down, you wait, you're all relaxed, you wait for your prey and you make the shot. Today we have Dimos from Greece, Yuli and Marco from Italy, and four of us, we will try to focus on aspetto and share a few tips with you.
Hello to all of you! I think some of us are definitely more skilled with the camera attached to the gun rather than in front of our face. However, we will try to explain what are the main qualities of a good aspetto. First of all, I am almost completely self-taught, so be sure that if I manage it, anyone can do it. Well, it goes without saying that the training has a very important part in the success of aspetto, the technique that I use in my dives. So be sure to be prepared physically and mentally throughout the year, avoiding those big performance swings. When we perform aspetto, particularly deep aspetto, we have to identify the prey we want to catch. I usually look for medium and large-sized predators. I believe that the fundamental element for a good dive is the fall. The fall, performed in a very slow and relaxed way, will trigger the feeling of curiosity of the fish. It could trigger their territorial instinct without giving them fear. Some people who chase longer bottom times tend to fall very quickly. But they don't realize that their bottom times are prolonged in a very excessive way, because the fish has to regain confidence with the presence of the diver, potentially dangerous for the fish. So they approach much slower. The approach of the fish during the aspetto is a very tricky stage. As you will see in this video and in my experience, I suggest you lay still, hit them, but at the same time you should intrigue and stimulate the predatory instinct of the fish. When I'm on the bottom, I try to understand the behavior of the fish. Are they in the flock or alone? If they are hunting, their approach is much easier. To understand this behavior, I also watch the bait fishes in the water column. If they are tense and dense, surely there is some predator nearby. If the fish approaches me, I don't do anything special. Sometimes, just like Dimos said, I do the sound with the glottis. If the fish is approaching, I gently fall in my hiding place or try to hide my body as much as possible. However, I always keep the gun and my body in the direction of the fish and I'm ready to take the shot. When the fish is within range, we must decide when and where to shoot. If the fish approaches in the front, I usually wait for it to turn, so I can hit the gills. It is a holding area which doesn't let the fish rip off the shaft. But if the fish is big enough, you can try the front shot. In your dives, it's very important to be relaxed and make gentle and slow movements. In my opinion, the fish understands it and feels our vibrations. This can greatly affect our spearfishing. This technique, obviously, is not the same on all types of fishes, but is the ideal for catching snappers, dentex or sinagda, which are very difficult fish to catch, but it gives a lot of satisfaction.
Say that you're down by the seabed, well hidden, and you see some fish swimming around, but they just won't come closer to you. The thing you can do is get their attention. And what's the easier way to do that? Make a sound. Simple as that. You can there are many ways to make a sound, but what I prefer and I use the most is either the gagging sound, like, or scratching of the rock. Both methods are pretty decent, but I have come to a conclusion that the scratching doesn't really work on dusky groupers. It works on every other fish, but I've never really managed to get a dusky grouper to come all the way to me just by scratching. I've done it a couple of times by making the gagging sound, but never by scratching. Every fish is different, you have to remember that, so there are no certain ways you can follow. Every fish is different, as I said, so the only thing you can do, go out there and try it for yourself.
So you still think that aspetto is a simple thing to do? Well, I never thought so. You see, aspetto is a combination of different factors. It's the whole connection, it's the system. And you have to maintain the whole system in right order to be able to shoot good fish. It's your fitness level, it's the equipment you use, it's the time of the day you dive, it's your own technique, is it the speed of the fall, it's the position you choose on the bottom floor, it's the current, it's the approach of the fish. Do you make the sound? Do you not make the sound? When do you make the shot? Shall you wait a little more or shall you take a risky shot? I mean, there's lots of factors. Does it sound very simple to you? It's not. However, there's always the code behind it, and you can always find the answers to your own code. There is not a single best answer, so you have to spend some time and spend some mental effort. However, I'm pretty sure that you will find your answers. This is what we do here in Deep Spearfishing Encyclopedia.
Mm.